On the field with Gulf Coast head coach Jack Wright. First time since 2011, 2012. Gulf Coast is back-to-back South State champs. Got to feel pretty good.
Anytime you win a championship, it's a great feeling. This is a very, very tough division, which just adds to the excitement of it.
By far, y'all's best game of the year. I mean, this was really kind of a dominant performance. I never would have imagined it, frankly. 35-0, y'all were up and really had control both sides of the ball. Over 500 yards total offense, only allowed 199. Is that y'all's best game of the year?
No question. We got a lot of stops in the game. We got a lot of short fields on offense. Just by every measure, up front, I think we won the game on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Our skill guys made plays. So just not enough compliments to go around to everybody. Just a very, very good team effort. You could point to everybody that got in there and played tonight. They played really well, and I could not be prouder of this group.
Yeah, like you said, every level, both sides of the ball, it was just phenomenal. We'll start on offense. You threw for 362 yards. Phillip threw for 362 yards, 4 touchdowns. You mentioned it when we were looking at the stats, no picks. But, he played a great game tonight.
Yeah, he did. Very clean game. Been fun to watch him get better this year. Anytime you throw a true freshman quarterback into this level, it's trial by fire. He didn't have a choice. He got thrown into the first game, played well enough to win that game then, but has definitely gotten a steady improvement throughout the course of the year. This is a tough league on quarterbacks. They take a lot of hits. They're under a lot of pressure. There's some really good DBs they throw against. So just really very complimentary of him and him able to get better this year.
We'll see his interview in a second. He talked about his receivers being smart. They were sitting down in zones, running in man-to-man. What did you see out of your receivers?
Yeah, same thing. That's an older group. Hester and Travis Isaac and Bracey, KT now, Chris Mathis, they have played a lot of football here. They understand how people are going to try to cover them. They can kind of feel what's coming next. And so, yeah, Phillip is definitely the beneficiary of them being able to stick their foot in the ground at the right time and make a break in the secondary to get open. They did play really hard. We're down to 4 or 5 receivers now. Our numbers there are low. Those guys play basically the whole game, so they're tired. But they dig deep and they keep playing, and they got rewarded for that tonight.
Offensive line, I thought was really good and played probably their best game of the year.
Yeah, you don't get all those passing yards and all those statistics without having time. I thought the pass protection was really, really good tonight. I thought there were several times where we had very ample time consistently. And then we did run the football enough to keep it balanced. When you can run the football, you get those one-on-ones on the perimeter. So just keeping Jones off balance with run and pass, I thought was key tonight.
Really gutty performance by DeAndre House.
Yeah, DeAndre fighting through a little injury, had an AC sprain last week for the Southwest game. Not something we really advertised or talked about. We weren't even sure on Monday and Tuesday if he was going to be able to play tonight. But he did, played really well. I knew once DeAndre got in there, had a little adrenaline flowing and got hit a couple of times, that he would be fine. And so kudos to him for being able to have the confidence to overcome the injury and come out and perform like we all know he can.
I know Dana and Will, our trainers, talked about how it was going to be tough for him, but he performed really well all week, and they thought it might be kind of a game day decision, but he passed it with flying colors for sure.
He did. You could tell, really at practice Tuesday, he started feeling better, and yesterday he said he was feeling very, very minimal pain. So last night we felt really good about him playing, and he came through.
I'll just say regulators, go.
Me and you have had a lot of conversations over the last 2 years, 21 straight wins now. You do not win football games consistently without being able to run the football and stopping the run. And for 2 straight years, we have stopped the run. And that is a credit to a lot of really good football players over there. They have plenty of size. They have plenty of speed. But they also have some intangibles. They have confidence. They have some swagger. They have a lot of leaders on that side of the football, a lot of guys that will bring the young guys with them if they're not acting right. So you can't really say enough about the individuals over there. The first one that pops up obviously is Bud, Navonteque Strong, but also Mike Smith, Malik Jones, Brian Merritt, Gill, Jace McCoy. I wish I could say them all, I mean, they all play so hard, and it's just a fun group to be around. They play with such passion and such energy that you just can't help but root for them and be excited when they make plays.
And that front seven has really kind of allowed the back end of the defense to kind of grow. It's a lot of new players back there. They're very talented, but kind of, come together as a group, and they did a good job tonight in the passing game, I thought.
They did. I mean, you're right. Anytime, just like we talked about on the offensive side of the ball, if you can create balance, then you have some options. If you're stopping the run completely, that really tells your DBs exactly what's coming. That helps them play routes. They can expect what's going on. That's a tough job. We play a lot of man-to-man coverage back there. Anybody that comes to the game and watches us can see that. It's not a secret. So it's tough to play man-to-man in this league. Our defense is definitely the DBs are definitely a beneficiary of the front, though. Yes.
Play Northwest again for the state championship here in Perkinston this time, December 5th, the Saturday. What are you expecting from Northwest?
I remember the conversations last year. I told you before the game it'll be a tough game. I know enough about that whole program, the coaching staff, to tell you that they're going to be physical. They're going to be really good on defense. There won't be anything that comes easy, and it'll be a great game. I would encourage everybody to come out. I'm just proud of our program being where it is, being able to get back to that point. I'm just understand how hard this league really is, and just tickled to death to be back in the championship game.
Congratulations, Jack.
Thank you.
On the field with Navonteque Strong, we call him Bug, the sophomore linebacker from Forest, Mississippi, played at Scott Central. Navonteque, back-to-back South Division titles, undefeated, 2 straight regular seasons. What does tonight feel like for you?
It feels good knowing we came in and gave it everything we got. We put 100% in that practice and on the field, and we came out with the win.
What were y'all able to do tonight to get Jones shut down? They had less than 200 yards total offense.
Well, first thing, stop the run. Once you stop the run, that's when the defense gets to having their fun.
I think you had 2.5 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, unofficially, I think 8.5 tackles. What were you able to do tonight to find ways to get into the backfield?
I want to thank my D-line. They wanted the line of scrimmage almost every play and allowed me to get in the backfield and make some plays.
You guys got a big game coming up here in a couple weeks. We'll play 2 weeks from Saturday against Northwest, a rematch of last year's state championship game. What are you expecting from that game?
It's going to be a good, fought, competitive game, but we got to come in and take it as like every other game and give our best.
Navonteque, you play excited out on the field. Sometimes you're not so excited in the interviews, but I appreciate your time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
On the field with freshman quarterback Phillip Short, threw for 4 touchdowns today. He comes from Madison Ridgeland Academy. Phillip, South State champs, what does that feel like for y'all?
First off, I want to give credit to God who's the head of my life and the head of this team. It feels great knowing all the hard work paid off. All summer that's what we've been preaching, trying to get back to the state and try to get another state championship. Hats off to the coaching staff, hats off to the receivers. Offensive line played amazing, and defense did its norm. They regulated, so made my job a lot easier, and I'm sure it made the coach's job a lot easier. Happy with the win.
That defense gave up 200 yards. What does it feel like on the sideline when you see those guys out there wreaking havoc?
It makes the offense more comfortable, because we know if we go 3 and out or we stall, we know defense got our back. And just the same, if defense give up a score, they know offense got our back. And I feel like that's what defines the team. That's what makes us a great team, because both sides of the ball. Can depend on each other, so that's good.
I know in practice, I know everybody always talks about how even you two guys are, and if you're really good, that's a good sign for things. You threw for 362 yards and 4 touchdowns tonight. What were you able to do offensively to kind of break them open?
Just we did what we did. The offensive linemen, they protected and allowed great time, allowed for me to try to pick the defenses apart, and the receivers ran great routes, and their IQ was up tonight. They knew when to sit in zone. They knew if it was man, they knew to keep going. Just little things like that. That's what allowed us to get the win on tonight. So.
What'd you see from your guys up front? You already kind of mentioned them. I thought they did a good job for you.
I feel like it's the best game they played. They protected amazing. I had a lot of time back there, and when your O-line give you that much time, I tell you, it makes your job a lot easier.
You haven't played Northwest. Do you know anything about them?
I don't. I'm sure we'll watch film when we get back from Thanksgiving break, but I know they're a pretty good team. They're very well coached. They're going to have athletes. I know it's going to be another dogfight. See who come down with it at the end.
This felt like probably y'all's best game of the season. You feel like you're kind of peaking and headed towards playing your best football at the end of the year?
I feel like definitely week by week, we're getting better. We're getting better as a team. I hope we're going to peak towards the end. I mean, that'll be great to win a state championship. But right now, we're just focused on this win tonight. And I mean, we'll get back to the drawing boards and get ready for the game for our state championship.
You guys get a little time off for Thanksgiving. You're gonna eat a little turkey when you get home.
The turkey's gonna taste a little bit better. Turkey definitely gonna taste a little bit better.
Congratulations, Philip. Great job.
Thank you.